Did you know that your brain shrinks by about 5% every 10 years after age 40? Yet some remarkable 80-year-olds have memories that work better than most 50-year-olds. Today, we'll explore how your brain changes with age and the proven strategies that can keep your mind sharp for decades to come. Understanding normal brain changes. First, let's understand what normally happens to our brains as we get older. Think of your brain like a house you've lived in for many years. It's still your home, but some things naturally change over time. Starting around age 40, our brains begin to shrink slightly. This isn't something to panic about, it's completely normal. Research shows our brain volume decreases by about 5% every 10 years after we turn 40. By our 60s and 70s, these changes become more noticeable. What does this mean for you? Well, imagine your brain has different rooms, just like your house. The hippocampus, that's your brain's memory storage room, gets a bit smaller. This is why you might find it harder to remember where you put your keys or learn someone's name at a party. The prefrontal cortex, which helps you manage emotions and handle stress, also changes. This might explain why multitasking becomes more challenging as we age. You know that feeling when you have a word right on the tip of your tongue, but you just can't quite get it out? That's called tip of the tongue syndrome, and it's perfectly normal. Your brain still knows the word, it's just taking a little longer to find it in storage. Here's something important to remember. Your brain is like an older computer that's still working well. It might process information a bit slower than it used to, but it's still doing the job. And just like a computer, there are ways to keep it running smoothly.
The amazing superagers. Now here's where our story gets exciting. Not everyone experiences the same amount of brain changes. Some people, we call them superagers, have memories that work as well as people 20 or 30 years younger. Let me tell you about a few remarkable people. There's Sylvia, who at 89 remembered a book her book club had already read when even younger members forgot. Then there's Perry, who at 79 could describe in perfect detail a passport theft that happened over 40 years ago, right down to what the thief was wearing. Scientists at Northwestern University have been studying these superagers for over 20 years. They define a superager as someone over 80 whose memory works as well as a 50-year-old's or even better. What makes these people special? Here's the fascinating part. Superagers come from all walks of life. Some smoked, some drank, some dealt with depression, and some survived terrible hardships like the Holocaust. There's no single recipe that makes someone a superager, but researchers have noticed some common traits. Superagers tend to be more social and outgoing. They stay connected with people and remain engaged with life. Protecting your brain, what you can do. The wonderful news is that while we can't control everything about brain aging, there are proven ways to protect our minds. Think of these as your brain's daily vitamins. Stay connected with others. The most important thing you can do is stay social. A study of nearly 8,000 older adults in Japan found that people with less social contact had smaller brain volume, especially in that memory storage area we talked about, the hippocampus. This doesn't mean you need to be the life of the party. It means having regular, meaningful contact with family, friends, neighbors, or community groups. A phone call with a grandchild, coffee with a neighbor, or joining a book club all count. Keep moving. Exercise is like medicine for your brain. You don't need to run marathons. Even moderate walking helps. Studies show that people who walk fewer than 4,000 steps a day still see brain benefits. That's about a 30-minute walk. Dancing is especially good for your brain because it combines physical movement with learning new steps and socializing with others. Research shows it can improve thinking skills and may even reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Learn something new. Your brain loves novelty, new experiences, and challenges. This could be taking a class at your local community center, learning to use a smartphone app, trying a new recipe, or picking up a hobby you've always wanted to try. The key word here is challenging. If something feels too easy, your brain isn't working hard enough to build those new connections we want. Take care of your health. Researchers have identified 12 factors that can affect brain health as we age. Some you can't control, like your genes, but many you can.
Get your hearing checked and use hearing aids if needed. Keep your blood pressure under control. Stay active to prevent depression. Don't smoke. Maintain social connections, get enough sleep, and eat a healthy diet with plenty of vegetables and fish.
What this means for you. Let's be honest. Aging brings changes, and that includes changes to our brains. You might find yourself forgetting names more often or needing to write down your grocery list when you used to remember everything. This doesn't mean you're losing your mind or that dementia is inevitable. These are normal parts of aging, and they don't define your worth or your ability to live a full, meaningful life. Remember, even if your brain processes information a bit slower, you have something younger people don't: wisdom, experience, and a lifetime of knowledge. These are incredibly valuable assets that don't diminish with age. Your action plan. Starting today, you can reach out to someone you haven't talked to in a while, take a walk around your neighborhood, sign up for a class or join a group, challenge yourself to learn something new each week, and take care of your physical health. Your brain has served you well for many years, and with the right care, it can continue to serve you well for many more. The changes that come with age are normal, but that doesn't mean you're powerless. Every day you stay social, keep learning, and take care of your health, you're giving your brain the best chance to age successfully. You might not become a super ager, but you can be the best version of yourself at any age. Remember, aging is not about decline, it's about adaptation. Your brain is remarkably adaptable, and it's never too late to start taking better care of it. Thank you for joining me today. Take care of yourselves, stay curious, and keep those amazing brains of yours active and engaged.